What's up, Josh?
Right. What's going on?
It's been a minute.
All right. We're trying to record and Tim's talking about opening boxes and shit. And
I know. What a bastard.
Making grunts. Thought I was cool podcast. What's up, guys? So we're just gonna call this one, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
We're just gonna call this one. We actually started sometime at the end of 2023. We did a couple episodes, but then life happens, and then
God bless.
Yeah, now we're just back to the shit mid-January. And I hit up Zae and I was like, hey, let's get back to it. The anniversary of Kobe's death is coming up, and I just wanted to actually just get going, just put out the work. So
yeah,
this is going to be an introductory episode, and then we're just going to fucking drop it, and then we're just going to continue on from there.
Cool.
And I think we got Josh Blanton coming in next week for an interview.
Hell yeah. Finally.
If you guys didn't know, we are at the Rabbit Hole in Normal Heights. I do not know the address off the top of the head. So
3377 Adams Avenue, San Diego, California.
Nice. Your voice sounds a lot smoother than it did like when we first started recording.
Yeah, I learned that my voice has a certain tone to it and figured out how to manipulate it just enough.
Oh, shit. Cool.
I know. I had to. I can't be on the mic sounding like a child. Like, it's terrible.
I bet. I will. Did you
format it? Did
you choose an open folder?
I chose the first one that was up there.
Was it blank?
I think so. I hope so.
Let's hope so. Yeah. All right. Fuck it. Yeah. Let's continue on.
Right.
But yeah. So like I said, we're trying to get this episode out the way because of the anniversary of Kobe's death, and I just wanted to get to that work, and me and Zae just started talking as we were setting up, and like, yeah, we're just we need to ramp something up. Side projects. We don't want to work these 9-to-5s forever, man.
I'm so tired of working for other people.
Yeah.
So tired of working for other people.
You wanna tell the people what your girl just told you?
Oh, so we've been together for like 2 years on Sunday, January 21st. And she hit me with like the beginning of January. Was like, hey, so we've been together for 2 years, right? I'm like, yeah. What you gonna do with your life? I'm just like, what you mean? She's like, we're really serious about this relationship. I need you to do something with your life. And I'm like, I got stuff going on. She goes, what happens if it doesn't work out? Okay, yeah, let me figure out some shit I gotta do. I gotta get some plan Bs. I haven't had any worries about that yet, so I got to at least plan for it, especially if I'm not trying to work for anybody else, which I don't want to do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know you got your shit with your band and your engineering, and that's all going good. And you got your day job that we don't have to dox you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. I'm excited for you guys. First off, congratulations on 2 years.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's tough. She hit you with the pressure. You should have just popped the question right then and there.
Well, see, the thing is, it's kind of my fault. No, it's honestly kind of my fault because I had thought that I would be in like a real, like a 9-to-5 job, something that if the band doesn't work out, I would be working for somebody, but at least I would have a good, substantial income.
Yeah.
And the dude that was supposed to hire me didn't hire me. And so all my plans for last year just got tossed out the window. So
as planes land right over our fucking faces.
It's that ghetto bird,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still young. Things don't work out. I mean, I've sure as hell been through my ups and downs, man.
Yeah, and like I planned to be further along. So like in March, I went and took her engagement ring shopping, aka just looking at them.
Okay.
So I may have.
We're dropping this episode, right?
Yeah, that's okay. I have no problem. Like we did this. Like it's not anything that's wrong.
You guys went together.
We went together to go because she's a very particular lady.
Okay.
And that's one thing I adore about her is that she knows what she likes. And I did not know exactly what she liked. So we went together to go shopping so I could get some ideas, figure out how much things are going to cost, figure out payment plan prices and all that. And so that was last March. So it's about to be almost a full year since we did that with no progress towards that goal. Because like I said, it kind of got screwed over, but I didn't take any steps necessary to, fix that. So it's on me and also life, and I just kind of let life hit me rather than, roll with it. So it is what it is, but time to figure out what the fuck to do. So it's time to figure out.
Be honest, when you guys were checking out rocks, what was she looking at the hardest? Like the most expensive shit?
I mean, no, but you know what a halo is on rings? It's when you got the little diamonds. What are they called?
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. What are they called? I can't remember. They're like little stones around the actual diamond.
Got it.
Which obviously, little diamonds around a big diamond is big money. And I'm just like, I should have expected this. Like,
right.
I knew you were a fancy lady.
Right.
And she doesn't like gold. She doesn't like silver. It's got to be rose gold. Mm-hmm. Very specifically rose gold and literally nothing else. And a diamond. Could be a fake diamond. She would rather have a fake diamond. It's cheaper. It looks the exact same. So
okay,
she's cool with that at least. So that's nice. But at the same time, like 10 to 12K, which isn't a lot, but it is a lot.
Yeah.
When you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
So really hoping this band shit works out.
Yeah.
First, because I think it will. I'm pretty sure it will. It's got good flow, good energy.
Right.
Things are moving in that right direction. So I'm not too worried. We're just gonna let it go, ride that wave as it's supposed to. But just take care of my shit.
Oh yeah, man. I know it's gonna work out for you.
Oh, I have no doubts.
I saw this Joe Rogan clip once, and he had this dude on, and he was talking about marriage, and he said that I guess in certain cultures, the engagement ring is supposed to cost 1/3 of your yearly income.
Oh,
yeah.
I ain't in that culture. That's for fucking sure. Fuck. Oh my gosh.
I won't be in that culture anytime soon.
Come on.
I won't be on bended knee anytime soon either.
Yeah, she gave me at least like 5 years. She's like, I wouldn't like to see some progress within 5 years. And I'm like,
in 5 years?
Yeah. Like,
oh, that means she's with man.
Yeah.
Man, she ain't going nowhere.
Well, she did. She said that her last long-term relationship lasted 5 years, and she knew it wasn't going anywhere at the end of the second year. Mm-hmm. So this is the beginning of the second year, So
so it's not 5 years from the conversation. It's
So I got 3 left. Is what I'm saying. So we got some time.
Clock's ticking, but
yeah, exactly. So we got some time. I'm now with her telling me, get your shit together. Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing. I believe in you. Mm-hmm. Now do what I see in you. And I was like, this is why I fucking love you.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a this or nothing. It's like, hey, I'm going to be here. I'm going to support you.
Yeah. But
make sure my support isn't wasted. And I'm like, how can I be mad at that? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So
that's good. Someone's gonna that's with you, down to help you and motivate you to get to that next level.
100%.
Yeah. That's a rock right there.
And not make me feel stupid when I do stupid shit, because I do stupid shit. So.
Oh, that's good. She gives you that respect. Yeah.
I mean,
most guys don't get that from their girls.
There's always some slight and some fun being poked at me, but it's all love at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I like. Mm-hmm. It's why we're together. So.
Oh yeah. I remember. I've only met your girlfriend once, and then the night we met, she looked like she was about to like fight me. I remember it was at Rosie's, and I shook her hand, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Taj," and she was like, "Oh, you're Taj," and then she literally just fucking mean mugged me and just backed up, and I was like, "Okay, you didn't see that?"
No, I think she thought you were somebody else.
Okay, I was like, were they drinking beforehand?
Oh yeah, probably. That's also something I love about her. She's so fucking beautiful, kindest, sweetest, most empathetic person that I know. And then on a dime, you're gonna die. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's what I need. I need when I'm switching, you're switching, and if you switch, I'll be right behind and I'll switch with you. So it's like, okay, this is cool. Okay. She's short. She's got a lot of fire.
She is short.
She got a lot of fire.
Oh yeah. And she's older or younger than you?
She's younger.
Okay.
She might as well be older, but she's younger. Just a year. October is her birthday. June is mine.
Yeah. And you're newly 30, right? You just hit the club.
I'll about this year.
This year? Ah, okay.
Oh, speaking of, okay, so my homies know me as somebody who doesn't get hangovers. Like, I get little headaches, but in terms of like if women deal with pain every single day, that's about where my pain level is from like waking up the next day with drinking. This weekend, though, I had my first hangover in a long time, like a sustained, not like a over the top, just my head fucking hurts.
It's hurting.
My stomach hurts. Oh no, I was well hydrated. That was the worst part. Like I didn't have any, like, I work at a coffee shop, so I didn't drink any coffee. It was all tea and water the whole week. Not knowing I was gonna have a bit like a heavy drinking week, I was just like, I need to be more hydrated. I'm getting old. Like I need to take care of my body. Like today, all I had tea and water. That's it. All I had today. No coffee.
Right.
I woke up and I was like, oh my God. I wish I could sleep more. I wish I didn't have to get up for work. This is awful. What am I doing to myself? And then I get home and I'm laying on the couch and I'm just thinking, oh God, if this is what it's going to be like every single time I drink afterwards.
Oh yeah. That's part of the reason I quit drinking. It's like it went from being able to like go on a fucking binge, 48-hour binge, and then turn that into another 48-hour binge to like now it's like I have a couple of drinks and it's like a week to recover. Oh. Yeah. I also just turned 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta be fair. I was mixing alcohols. I think I had like 4 espresso martinis, a cocktail from next door, a shot from 2 shots from next door. Went to the other bar on the other side of us, had a shot over there, and then went home and smoked and had some water. So,
true.
I think that is all what contributed. I've never cared about what mixing liquors or anything, but I think I should be a little bit more aware now.
Okay.
Not a fan, but I think I got to be at least a little bit more aware.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you get those waters in between drinks. I know some guys that do that.
I definitely didn't do that. That was my mistake. I think if I had kept up while my water consumption while I was drinking that night, it might have been a little bit better. But
let me stop you right there. All right. So we didn't do proper introductions since this is the first episode.
Oh, that's true.
So my name is Taj Ayana, and I haven't decided whether I think I'm going to put the channel name under Thought I Was Cool instead of Taj Ayana. And then this is my co-host / producer, Zae. And so for the future, we would like to have him with his own little booth set up. Remember we talked about having your own monitor, camera switcher, all that shit. But, it's episode 1. We're broke as fuck. So, yeah. but yeah, we're doing our thing. And the main goal of this podcast is to bring in guests. You know what I'm saying? Basically, take over San Diego. That's the goal. bring in guests after guests after guests and have people promote their shit. And we get to know them, help them reach an audience, hope to connect with their audience as well for ourselves. And, yeah, man, that's all I want to do. But
same.
So I guess, you've been talking way more than I have, so we can call this the Zae Interview, episode 1.
That's cool with me. That's cool with me.
So, all right, now we got that out of the way. What's up? How long have you and your band been together, and where did you guys start?
So do you want like how the band formed, or do you want like the journey of me to the band to here? Because there's two different kind of stories with that.
I'll start by telling them, like, this is funny. This relationship, this friendship, this partnership that we started, it started the day we met. Yeah. Because you said you went to Full Sail, and I was like, oh, bet you want to do a podcast? Yes. And I was like, all right. I was like, I think you know your shit. Like I'm saying, let's get it popping. So that's how that started. And yeah, but like you never told me the story about the band. So let's start where give me a little bit of your background, and then you can run it through if you want.
Right. So
and I'll jump in with questions while
I got you. I was living in Washington. Had absolutely no clue what I was doing, just trying to figure myself out. Started making beats with a homie. Was like, I've always wanted to do this. Let's go to Full Sail. Dad was in the military. Full Sail gives you VA benefits. My dad separated his VA benefits between all his kids, so we each got 8 months, which was a full year.
Yep.
So got a full year down there, paid for fully, stipends, all that. And the second year I had to pay for, chilling easy. It was like, oh, I don't know why, but the place I just came from back in Washington is calling to me. I have no clue. Something called me out here. Great decision. I'm going to follow that same exact thing up to where I was going. Had a little bit of a break because money wasn't really good. Figured out my shit. Was able to move up there. Started working at a Starbucks. And I spell my name Zae, which in English is feminine. But my dad actually told me to do Zae because of Arabic. And in Arabic, that's masculine. Yeah. And, you know, so I met a homie, and her name was Ray, R-A-E. And so, you know, coming in, it was just like, oh, snap. Oh, I thought you were going to be a girl. And I was like, nah. Explain that whole thing to him. I was like, okay, cool. That's interesting. You're breaking normal rules of things. You seem super chill. Let's hang out. I cook sometimes during the week. You're more than welcome to come over. It's like, cool. Like, probably there like 2 weeks. And she's like, yo, you're coming over to my apartment tonight. And I was like, all right, seems like I don't got a choice. Right. Like, cool. So I go over to her place. I'm sitting upstairs chilling, just talking. And they had 2 floors. And I knew one of the other coworkers there, his name was Cody. His bedroom was downstairs. And so I hear some bass playing and some guitar playing, and that's about it. And then I start hearing a voice start singing, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's a good voice. Yeah. I'm like, yo, Ray, who the fuck is singing down there? She's like, that's Phil. Said it like real, like stern. I was like, yeah, boy, I wanted you to come here so you can hear it. And I was like, that's really good. So I go down, I sit on the bottom step, and I'm there for probably like 5 minutes, not saying anything, just listening through the door, enjoying it. Like, wow, this is very unique. Sounds very raw. I can tell he hasn't had a lot of experience. So I finally is like, open the door. I'm like, yo, what's up? Phil, right? Yeah. Zae. It's like, yeah, we all work together. All right, cool. I'm like, yo, has anybody ever recorded you before? He's like, no. I'm like, bro, you're coming with me. We're gonna make some money. And he's like, he laughed. My exact words were, "You're gonna
go-to pitch."
Yeah, I was like, my exact words were, "Bro, you're gonna make me $1 million one day." And he just laughed, and he's like, the smile.
Did you have those glasses on when you said?
Nah, because that would have been too clean. I wish. But he just laughed and was like, okay, you know. And Cody, he was playing bass. Phil was playing guitar. I'm like, all we need is like a drummer, and we can get going. And we worked with this other guy. His name's Grayson. And they were talking about how good of a drummer he was. He was in Drumline in high school.
Oh, I thought the movie. Everybody like, what the fuck?
Nah, I would have been crazy. But he was in Drumline in high school. And so he has that very like, this is the way it has to be very kind of mindset. Ability. Yeah, mindset, which was great for a bunch of people who did not think like that. And so we kept bothering him, but he was in finishing up his last year of college. Yep. He's like, I need to focus here. I need to get my degree. I don't care what we do afterwards, but like, let me finish up school. I swear, the day he graduated, we hit him up. I was like, bruh, so you're done, right? You want to be in our band? He's like, all right, Kimmy, I'm going home for a little bit. Let me think about it. Let me come back. This dude comes back. First words out of our mouth. Hey, you want to join our band? All right, I got nothing else going on. So from that moment, it was Phil, Cody, Grayson, and myself just doing like their sound for them. We had Phil's cousin come in and do like little lead guitar for us. And we did that from about 20, had to be like 19 to 2020. And Phil, he's a very like charismatic, bright person. And Washington State is very gloomy and dark and rainy. He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, let's go somewhere. Let's go to California. Let's go to LA. And that was the idea for a long time. And Cody was saying how he didn't want to go to LA. Pick somewhere else, and he would go with us, but he wouldn't move with us if we went to LA.
Fuck LA.
I mean, to be fair, fuck LA. So we're like, okay. And Phil came down here with his aunt and uncle. He comes back and is like, yo, let's go to San Diego. So I'm like, that's still California. It's close to LA. If we have shows or want to go up there, we can. It's not a big deal. Sure. Well, we all decide on it. We all decide we're going to move out here. I'm thinking, oh, this is a band. They're going to leave. I guess I did my part. And for a few weeks, I was a little sad because I'm like, oh, man, I pretty much helped put this band together, but
that's not to cut you off. That's what actually I was going to get into. So you were in Florida, and so obviously you're at Full Sail, so you're developing some skills. You said something was calling you back to Washington. You go back to Washington, and I guess there was like a period where I guess you weren't doing anything music related. I guess you were kind of just working and figuring shit out.
I was working on an asbestos company.
Okay. All right. So you're working at a asbestos company, and then you happen to meet these guys through some other guys who you're working with. Yeah.
So I had a couple of homies that wanted to live together, and I was telling them I was living with my mom at the time, and they're like, hey, move up here with us. Let's find a house. We'll figure it all out. Get you out of that shitty job.
Right.
Say less.
Yeah.
So I move up to exactly where I wanted to go, which was Bellingham, Washington. So that's where I go. That's where I end up. It's back in Bellingham, Washington, because those homies wanted me to live with them, and I wanted to be there anyway. Because again, that was the place that was calling me. I just didn't know how to get back up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, we're gonna move, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna be staying here or staying in Bellingham, and after a couple of weeks. One of them looked at me after saying that they're moving, and obviously I'm sad as fuck because I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be able to go. And they're like, hey, no, you're coming with us. You know that, right? We can't do this without you. You're coming here.
Oh yeah, there's some real ones.
And I was like, oh fuck, all right, dip, hell yeah. So, made all the plans. Wound up losing our bassist because he's a character. Love him to death. He just wasn't necessarily feeling it, and that's fair, I know he's doing a lot better now. I'm very happy for him, and so he stays there. But the greatest thing he ever did is tell us not to go to LA. Coming to San Diego was 100% the right move.
Okay.
And so we get out here. Phil moves out here first, and then Grace and I follow. And Phil started talking with a bassist who had his own studio. So we were there for a little bit. But it was a little rocky. We had some issues. We weren't moving as fast as we wish we were. So we had to politely ask him to not be in the band anymore, which was an interesting time. And then...
if I can ask, what was that during that transition from Washington to San Diego? Well, did you have a girl at the time? What was that like with your family as far as hey, we're about to make this move out here and do this music thing? What was that talk like?
So funny enough, I wasn't in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. I had somebody that I was talking to, and after telling her that I wanted to come to San Diego single so I could focus on music and be truly in it, without any distractions, because before, anytime I was in a relationship, I couldn't separate myself. It was just here or here, and it wasn't okay, here's a little piece of me here, here's a little piece of me here, and making the time for it. And she didn't like that. Something else may have happened. I'm not entirely sure how that all went down.
But you cheated?
No, fuck no. I can't cheat. I can't. That's the story for another time.
Yeah, that's another episode.
I actually don't think I can say it on camera, unfortunately. That's crazy. All right. So that happens, and then I start talking to Caitlin just because I'm like, hey, I'm moving. I've always this woman is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I have always wanted to see how she was with just us two.
Right.
Let me just reach out and interact with her. And the first time we hung out was Boxing Day, December 26th.
Okay.
We hung out that day, and then again on New Year's Eve. And then after New Year's Eve, we hung out every single day until I left.
Okay.
Which was the end of February, beginning of March.
Big FaceTime.
I mean, and in those first couple weeks, I was just like, I would be an absolute idiot to go to San Diego single with you being the person that you are. I fought it for two full weeks of being like, I really think I love you, but I don't want to be in a relationship. I fought it so hard. Oh, I fought it so hard, and ultimately I did not win. So, but I think I did win, just not in that regard, wanting to come down here single. So, the transition down, I was in a relationship. My family, I mean, to be honest.
So just like that, you convinced her to move to San Diego.
Pretty honestly, the vibes were so mutual between us.
Okay.
How we felt about each other and how we could see the best in each other while bringing out what the other person couldn't see, which is incredible. There was a moment where we were sitting on my bed. She's struggling with something, and I'm just like, hey, listen to me. Breathe. Let go. Everything's okay. I'm right here.
Breathe, stretch, shake.
And she did. She literally let her breath out, let go, and sunk into me. And I was like, holy shit, this woman trusts me. She listens to me. I think that is the most important thing, is when you don't know what to do, to listen to me at least a little bit, to just maybe hear what I'm saying, and so that way you can feel better. And
I gotta take the shades off for this one.
It's getting too dark. No,
Yeah, people, I apologize for the lighting. Episode 1,
Yeah, that's true.
First day vibes. It'll get better, I promise.
I mean, it'll start getting lighter later, or be lighter later. So, that was that. My family, since I graduated high school, I think I spent one solid year with my family, because I went to New Mexico to try to go to normal college for 2 years. I fucking hated it.
Yep.
Then I went up to Bellingham, which is where I was before going to Full Sail, just to I wanted to go to the university up there, but my grades were bad, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get in, because I would let me just figure myself out and work and deal with a bunch of shit that I hadn't been able to deal with up until that point.
Yeah.
And then went to Full Sail, went home, and that's when I spent the year with my mom and her husband, and been up to Bellingham. So realistically, I hadn't been around my family since I was in high school, in the big scope of things.
Okay.
So they were all just like, hey, you seem to know what you want to do. There seems to be some passion there, which I didn't have a lot of passion. Just felt like I had to do what was told of me rather than what I wanted to do. So being able to choose the thing that I wanted to do was pretty awesome. And both my mom and my dad were stoked about me going to Full Sail and then being able to take what I took or learned in college and come down here and actually put it to use. So everybody in my family was stoked for me. So that made it really easy to come down here and make make this work. So
yeah, it was you did just go to college for that shit. So It's hey, he's doing what he wanted to do.
Absolutely.
Easy enough. Yeah. All right. So a great support system.
Yeah. And in fact, both my parents have at this point been able to come see my band that we moved down here for. So now they're like, oh yeah, okay, this is the way he's looking and the way he's acting and what's all occurring around is exactly what we knew he would be. So they're just stoked that I'm able to finally like do what they've been seeing their whole life. So it's pretty cool.
All right. Before you go back to you and your band when you just got to San Diego, question. So your parents' background, anything? Do they have anything musically in their backgrounds?
Not directly. My dad, he could have been an actor. I still think if he were to go out and audition for a specific role or some kind of thing, he would crush it.
You're never too old.
100%.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you're fine. He would definitely crush it. But in my dad's family, I do have a pretty famous musician that is, like, I guess technically I'd be his second cousin, but my dad is very closely related to them.
Okay.
So not directly, I would say, but I would say we all have a little bit of entertainment just in who we are as people.
Okay.
So I think that helps a little bit.
Okay. You are mixed, right? Mom,
yeah,
white, dad, black?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Dad's from Camden, New Jersey.
Okay.
Mom's from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
Couldn't be any more different than those two.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So one day we're going to have to figure out how you became an Eagles fan, but that's
I mean, okay. Camden, New Jersey is a 15-minute car ride over a bridge to Philadelphia.
Got it.
So everybody in South Jersey pretty much is Eagles fans, and everybody in North Jersey is pretty much Giants fans.
Ah, that makes sense.
And being that my dad literally could see Philadelphia from his favorite sandwich shop, you're just an Eagle. And 2005, when they were going to the Super Bowl, I think I can finally start understanding what was happening in the game and the sport, and just seeing how hyped my dad was. I'm like,
okay,
I like this team.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but
All right, so back to the band. You said so you guys make that transition. You and your girl, you guys come over. The band comes over. You said you had to leave one dude behind for some reason, and then there was another guy who had to get kicked out of the band.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had a lot of stuff going on in life. He's a pretty busy dude. Even though he had his own studio, we still had to like follow a certain set of rules, and it was just really hard for us to make it work.
Got it.
And then even when we were there, we wouldn't make any progress, which would suck. We'd be on the same song, the same part, day after day. And it was like, I thought we got past this, but I guess not. So it's been another day working on this again and again and again and again. And it's like, okay, this is after 3 months of that, 2-3 months of that. It was just like, all right, we got to find something else. Okay. And we wind up finding a bassist and a guitarist off of the same site, which is actually called Vamper.
Okay.
It's a tender for musicians.
Crazy.
So like quite literally, swipe left, swipe right. You like them, swipe right.
Before you swipe, is there like a preview of what they do?
I mean, it's exactly like Tinder. So you can open
just pictures in a profile.
Pictures in a profile. If they have, on Tinder, you can put
your links.
Links.
Yeah,
right. So there's some links. Sometimes there's not. It's basically
Vamper.
It's basically is this vibe correct? And the first time that I met both of them actually was my girl was visiting, so she got to meet both of them the same time I got to meet both of them. And it's just like, oh, like, these guys are cool. They seem like they'd make some good music. Turns out they're pretty fucking dope, so it worked out well for everybody. And, yeah, since then, it would be around...
Yeah. Hey, Tim, can we trouble you for some lights? Good enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So good vibes, good energy. Really know how to fit in with what was already established and make what we couldn't do grow and be better. So it was pretty sick. And I'm happy for it. It's been a lot of work to get us to even where we're at now. and just seeing the growth every day from everybody has been pretty cool. So
nice. Thanks, Tim. So when did you guys transition over? Did you guys do? I know you said you did some recording and some tracking or whatever in Washington. Mm-hmm. Did you guys do any live shows or anything like that? Anything that that showed like, oh, we got something here?
Honestly, yes. Which is crazy. I think the first show we did was at this place in Eastern Washington, Martin Scott Winery. Bro, when I tell you this place was gorgeous, it sat on the top of a hill. Mm-hmm. You could see all the way down into the valley to see the river. Gorgeous. The wind, however, was a motherfucker. And I didn't realize that. I didn't think about it. You know, it was my first show that I had personally put on. And so, like, we got the speakers, got the board, got the cables, mm-hmm. The microphones that we would need, stands, all that shit. And not thinking about wind. So that was fun, trying to figure all that out. Had another couple shows that were like okay, but the one that like really sold it for me, just like my input into the band, my homie, she had like a little duplex house apartment thing, and it's like, hey, in the backyard we're allowed to have live sound playing. You wouldn't happen to know any of the rules. And I was like, actually, I used to have a house down the street, and they told us the noise ordinance and all that stuff. So I actually do know a little bit about it, like how loud we can be, how long we can be. We should make sure you ask all the neighbors, and we should be good. Mm-hmm. So I set up a stage, got a couple other acts together, set up the board, set up the speaker, got lights, mm-hmm. and ran a show for like, it was like 3.5 hour show.
It's not bad.
With my band as the last one. And the energy was so incredible. The vibes were perfect. The sound was great. Mm-hmm. Trying to make sure people don't kill themselves, or my speakers that we just recently bought. It was so good. When I get real excited, it's hard for me to sit still. Mm-hmm. So like I say I'm Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, and I just bounce. And I had so much energy that I literally jumped all the way down the street. And I got to the end, and I turned around, and I was like, oh, all right. And I just casually walked back. So I'm like, dude, it was just so perfect. And I'm like, I think we got this. Yeah. I really do think we could do something here. And so that was a few months before it was in August. It was August of, what year is it now? 24? 2 years? So yeah, August of 21.
Oh shit. Nice.
So, and it made me feel good about this move, because we had already decided that we were going to move, and I was still, like, I trust myself. I trust everything that's been here so far, but I'm not seeing what I want to see to be certain.
Yeah.
But that, I was like, we're set. Like, I can do this. They can do this. It'll be perfect. So, yeah.
All right. So now that you've been here and it's been a couple of years, if your band was going to see this interview and you wanted to tell them like what, not necessarily any criticisms or like shit talking or anything like that, but like if you wanted to tell them like what you would like to see from them, like moving forward, and how you feel about them thus far. You know, so like since we're coming up on the anniversary of Kobe's death, you know what I'm saying? I want to get into the whole like teamwork aspect thing and mentality thing. So if you could talk to them, and also what, like, if you could put yourself in their shoes, you know what I mean? If you're willing to, or hold up a mirror to yourself, mm-hmm. what criticism would you give yourself, and what do you want to see from yourself moving forward?
I can start with myself first. I want to, which I've already started doing with that talk from my girl. I've been like, how can I improve everything? Mm-hmm. Like, how can I get a better quality? How can I make you guys feel good? How can I make practices better? How can I eliminate issues that I know are coming up? Just doing the research on that and asking stupid, weird questions and being like, oh, I know that answer, or, oh, I don't know that answer. I think that's important to me, and making sure I'm staying committed. I think there was a point last year where I had a little bit of imposter syndrome, and I was like, I don't belong here. And I had to fight it really hard, like really, really hard. And trusting the boys, trusting the band, and listening to them tell me that how much I'm needed and how much they respect me being in the band. Really helped to make me want to be there. So I guess also leaning on them more. I think for them, one of the things I would say is you don't have to always listen to me and do what I'm saying. Maybe at least try it once. Yeah. So you never know. I'm like spaghetti, you know, when you're cooking it, it won't stick, and then it's ready and it sticks on there.
All right, I'm not sure if I've heard that one before.
that just came to my head right now. So okay. Yeah, that's why, you know. So eventually something is going to work. Not everything will. Mm-hmm. I'm not that type of person. Sometimes I just got random ideas because I don't like to fit a mold. So yeah, let's try something new. Does it work? I don't know.
Fuck it.
Let's try it. So, you know, maybe trying some ideas. Also, making sure that we have the priorities straight, I think is a hard thing for all of us. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we put our other jobs ahead of it. Sometimes we put things that don't matter as much, or things we think that matter, versus this incredible thing we have going, this project, this adventure. And I think if we could stay focused and really hunker down and get this specific project going, I think it would be really beneficial.
Do you think that so the not prioritizing the top thing that you moved out here for, and basically allowing life to take over, do you see that as a symptom of like of not believing? Because I think we all go through that. Whereas in like you just allow these excuses to come in, allow these distractions to come in, because there's a part of you that's like, it's, you know what I mean, we're not gonna make it anyway, right? But just there's a little smidgen of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I would think there is probably some of that, and then I also think that the old ways of doing things, the old mindset that we had before, is, you know, everything's a habit. So that habit is taking over, and trying to break it is harder than anything. So I think it's a bit of both, like life taking hold, and then instead of working through that, letting the habitual thing that you've always done take over, really then just shoot you farther and further back. So I think being conscious of the plan and the message, and making sure we're riding the wave, like having to take, like, yes, these things are going to happen, they're going to get in your way. But if you're not riding it, if you're just letting it drag you to the bottom of the ocean, like you're done. But if you can sit on top of the water and rise and fall, like it'll be so advantageous. So
yeah. I believe you, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, getting a little dark out. I know you got somewhere to be. I didn't want to hold you up too long.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you as a co-host. Glad to have you as a future producer for the pod.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
You know, thought I was cool. Episode 1. I'm Taj. That is Zae. We will be back next week with our Josh Bland interview. He is one of the managers here at The Rabbit Hole here in Normal Heights, and he is a big comedy guy. And, you know, he's going to tell us about his life and his plans for the future. So, hey, thank you for tuning in. Peace.